Hey everybody, I hope everybody is well. Welcome back to my channel across the world where you may be at. And today I'm going to be talking about autism expert versus non-autism expert. And it is inspired by my friend Paul, who runs the Adult with Autism channel here on YouTube, which I will link down below in the video description, so you can go over there and subscribe and hit the notification bell, because he is a really good channel. He is also autistic. He offers a male perspective on autism and is just a really humble, lovely, friendly guy. I've been talking to him on emails for about a year now. And yeah, I just really like his content. I really like what he does. So I thought I'd do my own version of his video. So let's get into it. I hope everybody is well. So why did I decide to talk about autism experts versus non-autism experts today? Well, like I said in the beginning, I was inspired by my friend Paul, the Adult with Autism channel. And I thought from an autistic woman's perspective, I would do it my own version. I know I'm not going to probably do it as justice as well as Paul did it, but I will try my best to do it for my own unique perspective. So as an autistic adult, I strongly agree with Paul that people with autism are the experts, as we are the people who experience living with autism on a daily basis. We live as an autistic individual, autistic person, autistic adult, autistic child, autistic young person. As somebody who was diagnosed in her mid-20s, I often have experienced people talking to me like they know better than me about my autism. This is rather frustrating and also really quite annoying, and makes me feel like I'm worthless and voiceless, as you don't understand what it is like to truly be on the autism spectrum. Every day is a challenge for me, who has to teach myself of how to interact in a world that will never accept me or like me. We need to be having more open discussions around autism. The problem is that I find many professionals seem to think they know how to help me or know better than me about my autism, but in fact they do not. Autism is different for many people depending where you are upon the autism spectrum. I know that many professionals are trying to help us and think they are trying to support us, and I understand that, but again, autistic people are the experts. We live with autism every single day of our lives, and we have to go through the challenges that presents itself to us by being on the autism spectrum. We have to open the discussion by having that discussion around autism, so that we can offer you a different opinion and a different mindset of what it's like for us to experience our autism on a daily basis. Over the years since being diagnosed, autism discussion seems to be regressing and not progressing. In the 21st, 22nd century that we're in now, we need to be progressing the discussion on autism. We need to stop the professionals acting like they know best and they know our best interests, because they do not. The people who know our best interests are us and our family and our friends who we wish to disclose to, or who have been supporting us, working with us for our best interests around the many years that we've been diagnosed or underdiagnosed or not even recognised. The professionals, I know they're trying to help us and they're trying to guide us on the right path with tips and advice and services and different people that they think would help us along the way to understand our autism and to best support our anxiety or any comorbid underlying conditions that we may have separately from our autism, because a lot of us do have mental health issues or physical health issues, but again, that's a different topic entirely. But yeah, let me just get back to my notes. Again, I do have my notes here in my hand just to kind of keep me on track. Often autism professionals tend to ignore autistic people. I find that we're often told, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what your experiences are, you don't know what your emotions are. Yes, we do. We are the ones that go through it every single day. We have to do our chores, we have to go and do things that are slightly uncomfortable, we have to talk to people, be social, be in social situations that are really uncomfortable for us, that we don't like. We don't like being in crowds, we don't like being around people, but again, we do it because we have to train ourselves in how to be socially appropriate, how to socially communicate with other people who may not understand our autism or understand that we are even on the autistic spectrum. But again, you professionals who work with us, you only know what it's like to be autistic because you read textbooks and you get to talk to people like us all the time. Stop calling yourselves autism experts. You are not autism experts. You are professionals. That is different. You are not the ones who experience autism every day. And it is really annoying when I hear people go, oh, well, we're experts, Gemma. We've got qualifications and we went to university. We went to college, We done 5-6 years of training. Yes, you may have done 5 to 6 years training. Yes, you may have gone to university, college. Whatever background you may have, it does not make you an expert. That is really frustrating and quite patronising in a way, because you may know how to help us. You may know some of the autistic traits or sensitivities that we have. You may know how to best help us in a short-term situation, but you do not know the best long-term strategies for us. You do not know the best long-term provisions that we have to deal with. You don't know what it's like to have to face an employer. You don't know what it's like to have to tell people what our autism is like and what our autism diagnoses are. You have no clue. You have no clue of the everyday situations that the world puts us into, and the amount of treatments that have been put out there, the amount of supposed cure therapies. You do not have any clue. Please, will you stop talking to us like we're babies, and will you stop basing our autism on babies and children and young people and people who are severely autistic, because that is not accurate. You do not know what our level is. You don't know what things affect us. You do not know what our experiences are every single day. You only know a very minimal amount of how to support us. I know you're trying to help us, and I'm not trying to attack you or say, you're not helping, but again, this word expert gets thrown around way too quickly, and it's a word that has to be used very sensibly. And when you're trying to say, well, we're an expert in autism, we've been trained in autism, we have an autism qualification, and that means what? Like, just because you have a qualification, or you may have a degree, a diploma, a psychiatric report, you may have some form of training that we'll never get to do, but it doesn't make you the expert. It doesn't mean that you have the sensory issues. It doesn't mean that you have the meltdowns. It doesn't mean that you have the triggers that we do. It doesn't mean that, you might end up living in a group home or living with parents, or like me, I live totally independent in my own flat. I've lived in my own flat now for nearly 8 years, and people are like, well, you'd always live with your mum and dad, Gemma, you'd always be one of these people who need mum and dad's money, and you'd never be totally independent. You're going to need carers, and you're going to need people watching you all the time because you can't be trusted to do stuff on your own. Well, that's not true. And again, that's professionals thinking they know best for me. Oh, well, you're going to need constant support. You're going to need constant authority help. You're going to constantly need to be checked upon. And no, I do independent travel. I'm able to pay my own bills. I'm able to go out and do what I want when I want. I'm able to have my nephew here when he comes around to stay around with me. And I'm able to go out with him and take him out on day trips on the bus and take him into town, the toy shop, etc. Please, will you stop talking to me like I'm a complete stupid person, because I'm not. Many people on the autistic spectrum are the experts. We are the ones with our self-experiences. We're the ones that come to you to talk to you. We're the ones that have to explain ourselves to you. We're the ones that want to open the discussion up to you, because we want autism to progress. We want autism to be a much easier topic to talk about, rather than the taboo that still exists, rather than the stereotypes that still exist, the judgments that still exist in the world around autism. Why are you so adamant to try and fix us? Why are you so adamant to find out every single cause of autism? We are proud to be autistic. That's what makes us unique. We are neurodivergent people who deserve to exist, just like you neurotypical people do. Stop trying to fix us. Stop trying to find a cause. Stop trying to find a problem around autism. We are not broken. We are not damaged. We don't want a cure. We don't want to be made better. There's nothing to be made better from. We're not ill. We're not sick. We're not people who have brain damage or anything like that. We want to be talked to like we're normal, and you yet seem to be so desperate to want to stop me, and you want to talk to me like I'm some kind of worthless person who doesn't know what she's talking about. What can we do to solve it? What can we do to make this situation easier for both people, for autistic people, for autistic people's loved ones, for the professionals? The situation is simple. Talk to us like we're humans. Get us involved around the autism discussion. Talk to us like we deserve to be heard. Autism should not be something that needs to be cured, fixed, swept underneath the carpet. Talk to like we're idiots, like we're babies. Stop focusing on fixing it. Talk to us and accept us for who we are. We deserve to live a life just like you do. We want to be able to exist. We want to be able to have our voices heard. We are not something that's an epidemic or a problem. And let's work together to make the situation both easier for you and for me. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be back next time. Bye guys.